since 2013, MUFG has invested close to US $16 billion into a variety of commercial banking, consumer finance, and digital entities across ASEAN and India.
Just building on to the last discussion about communities. So GFANZ is the community of financial institutions around the world working together on net zero, and MUFG plays a key role.
The 1.5 is the temperature, global mean surface temperature above a 0 degree baseline set from the average between 1850 to 1900.
The event was very well run. I think it touched upon very important points regarding ESG topics, as well as for the vision that we can reach a net zero world. One of the nicest takeaways I got was there was that couple of survey questions about the impediments towards net zero, and whether there was a lack of knowledge, lack of capital and all that. What was telling is that the lack of talent was at 0%. Which I think we recognize, the people in this room and elsewhere, is that the capability to reach net zero with the right the right skill set, the right knowledge capacity is great. It's already there. It's just trying to build the community, build the right sort of knowledge basis that everybody can talk to each other to accelerate, to sort of make sure that net zero achievement or the net zero goal by 2050 is attained.
The targets may be different in terms of the timing. 2050, 2060, 2070 for some countries, but the overall number is still the same, 0. Right? We have to reach that.
I think we had a very good inaugural session. It's the first time we've had such a ESG thought leadership event, and I think that we covered a multitude of events and multitude of topics which were all very relevant to what we're looking at, especially in the field of transition, which I think is highly important for Asia.
I think what I really wanted to touch on is this. I do agree that this definition of transition finance is very, very poorly used. It suits different people for different needs.
I think we need to differentiate between net zero for the portfolio and net zero in the real economy. Right? I think far too often people are too fixated with achieving net zero for the portfolio. They're too fixated the optics of looking good.
So transition, I think people agree that the economy has to transition, right? The society has to transition, no doubt about it. And when we say just transition, people will say that's exactly what we need.
And in 2015, came, of course, the UN SDGs as well as the US Climate Agreement. So then we said, okay, based on those goals and so on and so forth, we need a transition plan.
At MUFG, we take our commitment to society, our clients, and our partners very seriously.
Yeah, I thought today's event was excellent. It brought together a very varied group of stakeholders, investors, regulators, private sector developers, government officials, really to discuss important issues. And I'm glad that I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have learned from the panel discussions.